Hey, it's James the Weatherman here, back with another video. I hope everybody's doing good today. We're going to be talking about Tropical Storm Ida, and it is intensifying quickly. We'll likely see a hurricane before landfall on the western part of Cuba. As we're looking here, let's go warning cone. We're going to look at the forecast. Um, Cuba Cuba took the tropical storm warning away and issued a hurricane warning to western part of Cuba. As you can see, late Saturday, early Sunday, we'll be seeing possibly a major hurricane. A major hurricane is Cat 3 or above. And that's pretty concerning, definitely where it's looking like it's going to affect. So let's talk a little bit about what the impacts are going to be. Life-threatening storm surge and hurricane conditions are expected later today and tonight in portions of western Cuba, including the Isle of Youth, where hurricane warning is in effect. Life-threatening heavy rains, flash flooding, and mudslides are expected across Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and western Cuba, including the Isle of Youth. Later on, the risk of life-threatening storm surge is increasing along the coast of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. 7 to 11 feet above ground level is possible within the area from Morgan City, Louisiana to Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Interest in these areas should follow any advice given by local officials. Ida is expected to be a dangerous major hurricane when it reaches the northern Gulf Coast on Sunday, and the risk of hurricane-force winds continue to increase, especially along portions of the Louisiana coast, including metropolitan New Orleans. Potentially devastating wind damage could occur where the core of Ida moves on shore. As we can see here, we can see the forecast track. If it stays on the north or northeastern edge of the cone, it's gonna affect more of like the Mississippi and part of Louisiana. And if it goes on the western side of the track, it could affect Lake Charles, it could affect Alexandria, Louisiana, it could affect Arkansas. Uh, so it's still a broad track, but Maine is looking like, or the Maine consensus is looking like it's gonna probably make a direct. It's gonna impact the metropolitan of New Orleans. Okay, we're gonna look at peak surge. Peak surge, 7 to 11 feet from Morgan City all the way up into Lake Maurepas, even into Deacon Springs. 4 to 7 on the Mississippi-Alabama border. But just remember, this is a couple days out. It could shift to the right a little bit, and that like curvature for the Mississippi River could get 7 to 11 feet all the way over to the Alabama-Florida border. Or it could switch all the way to the west, and we could be talking Rockefeller Wild Refugee to Morgan City, 7 to 11 feet. So we gotta keep an eye on this for sure. The arrival times for wind to most likely. So Saturday night, early Saturday or late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, you'll likely be feeling tropical storm force. Currently, it is just south of Cuba, and they're already being impacted by tropical storm force winds. Rainfall. As we can see, rainfall is going to be in that 6 to 15, 6 to 10, 10 to 15 inch range. Just near New Orleans could see anywhere from 10 to 20 inches. So, give or take, there's gonna be some massive flash flooding, and it's not what it's not looking good. So the public advisory was issued at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Location was about 75 miles southeast of the Isle of Youth, about 200 miles east-southeast of western tip of Cuba. Maximum sustained winds was 65 miles per hour. Present movement northwest or 320 degrees at 15 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure was 996. I should have had this up already. Look at this real quick. As you can see, it has intensified over time, and it's going to continue to intensify as it gets into warmer waters. We'll likely be doing a live stream. A lot of my updates are going to be either on here or TikTok. TikTok is James the Weatherman. But we need to keep an eye on it. We can go this. The model track guidance shows basically eastern part of Louisiana, western part of Mississippi. And then we have the intensity guidance. You see most models are on that Cat 3 to high Cat 3, and then we have one that's a Cat 4. We can't rule that out. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to look at models quite yet. We're going to wait until either tonight, once it gets closer to Cuba, because everything's going to change after it gets over Cuba. It's still going to be intensifying, but I want to make sure we get this information kind of, wouldn't say a solid knowing of what's going to happen, because it's just going to go through the Gulf, and that's boiling water. But it's still got to get over land, a couple of bodies of land. So, from that, I am James the Weatherman. Make sure you guys are prepared in the Gulf of Mexico. Any area, even Florida, you're gonna likely be getting some winds and rain. All the way up into Alabama, Mississippi. You'll all be affected by this, with the either rain or wind or a hurricane. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope everybody enjoys the video. I'm going to continue to update. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I will see you guys in the next video.